Hello, my name is Wycliffe. I'm doing an individual video project for my summer class, Computer Security 332-50. And as we all know, in the US, there have been an increase of data breaches. And according to FBI, there are 69% more increases in complaints, which resulted to 4.2 billion losses, 4.2 billion um, dollars losses last year, 2020, which affected about 155.8 million people in the US. So in this video, I'll be talking more about bring your key encryption, and I'll be talking more about cloud computing, encryption, cryptography, and cloud service provider. Cloud computing is the online availability, uh, on-demand availability of computer system resources which are used without direct active management from the user. Encryption is the process of um, moving or converting something from plain text to a more complex ciphertext, which is not easily read or discoverable. Cryptography is the practice or the art of doing encryption, and a cloud service provider is an organization that offers resources for cloud computing. In the recent years, in the United States of America and across the globe, there have been an increased amount of data breaches. And this has been through phishing, vishing, smishing, pharming, extortion, um, personal data breaches, and things like that. So as the internet, as the cloud increases, also the risks also um, increase considerably. So also there's been also increasing data privacy laws and legislations. We have legislations and directives like HIPAA, GLBA, FCRA. We also have federal and other state legislations, which also uh, affected um, data and how it's being transferred or transmitted from person to person, organization to organization, or across varied media. Many people, organizations are moving fast from doing the in facility or um, paper to cloud computing. This cloud computing now is more of a shared responsibility between the customers and the providers. Cloud security is essential because that's where most of the organizations, most of the people are putting their most sensitive, their private data just on the cloud. So it's important that they also keep that one safe. Um, Cloud computing has brought about other effects, and one of them is security. And this is the security that I'll be talking about. For the transmission to be easier, effective, and also controllable, uh, there, um, there have been enhancements on how to do this. And one of the things is encryption. Um, Organizations and individuals have been doing encryptions, um, and they've been in different ways. we have default encryption where keys are just auto-generated and the customer has no control or access of those keys. So it's just uh, after a message or data has been identified, uh, encryption is just done automatically before it's being transmitted from one person or one organization to another. There are also other ways. Um, and the major one that I'll be talking about is bring in your own key. So the encryption keys are owned, imported by the customer, by the end user, and they are not accessible from the cloud provider. I mean, unless the user gives an okay or a consent for the cloud provider. There are also other ways like hold your own key, where the keys of encryption and decryption are owned by the person or are owned by an organization. So, as we can see from the table, there are few. These are just a few ways in which key management has been done. That's encryption key management. We'll be talking more about bringing in your own key. So bring your own key, which is also called bring your own encryption, and also sometimes people call it customer supplied encryption keys. This is a key management encryption system where the customer develops or generates their own key, and they use that key to encrypt their data, and then they also still retain the control of the use of the keys. So this model entrusts the cloud service customers to use their own encryption software and also to manage their own encryption keys. This has allowed them, uh, the keys can be stored with within the management software or without the management software. So some bring your own key plans, upload the encryption keys to the cloud service provider infrastructure where it's stored securely. Um, and sometimes this helps or protects data by supporting data governance programs. It also supports disaster recovery plans and also helps in compliance with regulations. Bring your own key enables customers to take full control of generating, using, and retaining or storing their encryption keys. It also enables the separation between the lock and key phenomenon. Bring your own key, bring your own encryption is uh, has been used and continues to be used in many platforms, including Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Services, and Google Cloud, among others. And this can be done from the edge, data centers, the cloud, or within multi-cloud. When you bring your own key, the customer creates the master key. So this can be this is actually auto-generated so that nobody knows or is able to predetermine what key. And then that customer generated key is downloaded, wrapped as a key, and then used to encrypt data or information. And then as it's being sent, the only person who has the key will be the customer. So the keys are stored in a key manager. A key manager is a physical appliance that safeguards the keys from unauthorized access, malicious cyber attacks, or physical intrusion. Generating the keys, after the customers generated the keys or uploaded them from the crypto management application, the customer assigns a key to a workplace, or they also assign a key to the data or that information they need to encrypt, so it's secure to be sent. So how bring your own key works is the customer generates their own encryption keys. So we said from either a crypto management application, or yeah, and then the keys are transferred into the cloud securely so that they can be kept in the key manager. The keys are used to secure applications. They're used to wrap. They're used to protect the application or the data. And then the keys are monitored by the customer or the end user, the user who generated the keys. And the customer or the user retains the ability to control and use the keys. These are some of the advantages of using bring your own key uh, phenomenon. Uh, First of all, the user or the customer is able to control the access of the encryption keys. So instead of the cloud service provider controlling how the keys or the crypto keys will be managed or be accessed, it's now put in the hands of the customer. So it's more convenient, sorry, and it's easily managed, easy to be managed. It also creates an ease to compliance, especially to the regulations and laws, where you'll have only one person or one organization knowing the encryption keys. This also increases the level of data protection. And bring your own key puts the cloud service provider at a position where they cannot read, they cannot access the encrypted information or data without the consent of the key owner, which consequently helps or provides a powerful cryptographic acceleration and offload. So the best practices, especially when you're using bring your own key practice, is generating strong keys which cannot be tampered with by any hardware security module. Also controlling the secure export, as the keys are going to be exported to the cloud, just protecting them or doing another um, encryption on top of the encryption. This will strengthen the key management practices. The concerns that have been seen, especially with bring your own key, is the hardware security modules in terms of how flexible they are, the cost of doing that, and also the technology which is to be input. Also, we've seen there's a lot of sensitivity of data where uh, the people or organizations don't want to just put their sensitive data on the cloud. So there are schemes of doing external layers of encryption and encryption before putting this sensitive information or data on the cloud. There's also chances of key exposure outside the HSM, that's the hardware security modules, and also the FIP 140 level 1 and level 2 and 3. Lastly, we'll talk about the impact of bringing your own key on an organization's cybersecurity structure. There's as the organizations or businesses allow bring your own key, there's the, there's a risk of opening up to more mitigation security risks. This is also this has also caused decentralization of encryption keys, and also there is consolidated administration of granular access and separation of duties. Many careers have been developing, they're emerging with these bring your own keys, where there's more specialization and people or organizations trying to just employ or have careers which can help or support cybersecurity structures in their organizations. Lastly, thank you for watching my recording.